Hey there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. Today on Tundra Tactical, we're going to take a look at the second most popular rifle platform, the AK, and tell you what your choice in muzzle device says about you. So sit back, crack open that Stolichnaya, and snuggle up to Comrade Olga, and let's start the show. Kicking it off, we have the standard AK slant break. If you've left this as your AK's muzzle device, you are the most boring person in your friend group, and that's saying something since your entire friend group is entirely AI generated.
That's a dang it.
You don't stand out in a crowd as much as you want to, and you make everyone around you feel a little uncomfortable and probably shouldn't be let around schools. You would use Zin, except that you prefer it to have zero flavor. Olympic curling is way too high paced for your liking, and you were the reason for your parents' divorce despite whatever they told you. Your mom, by the way, is so grotesque that when she takes a bath, she leaves a ring around the tub so strong that it calls to Sauron.
Legolas, what do your elf eyes see?
If you use a Spikes Dynacomp as your muzzle device, then you are always behind the curve in new technology. You regularly chose the new hotness from a minimum of 8 years ago, and you just finally upgraded from a flip phone to a BlackBerry last year and could not be happier. The worst part is you carry a 1911 with an empty chamber, unironically.
God help us all.
Now, your favorite movies are going to be the 90s Adam Sandler movies, and you insist no good movies have ever been made since. You have a NOS sticker on your stock Toyota Celica, but shockingly never go more than 5 miles an hour above the speed limit. You've never looked at an adult website before because you have a stack of hand-me-down penthouses from the 1980s that you're still working your way through, but you have to unstick the pages from when your dad and brother had them first.
That's disgusting.
Foreplay for you is just a fancy way of saying watching the first act of a Netflix movie. You've let down more people than every professional Minnesota sports team combined, and your mother is so large that when Legolas dispatched her, Gimli counted it as 2. If you wanted an actual improvement in performance up to today's standard, you would check out CMMG and their brand new Mark 47 Descent, available in 16-inch and now 12.5-inch variants. Combined with the zeroed muzzle device that comes standard, by the way, this is truly the next step in innovation for fans of the 7.62x39 cartridge. If that's not your style, well then CMMG has something for everyone, from standard ARs to 22 conversion kits to the 5.7 Banshee. CMMG has all your needs for quality guns to fit any role, so go click the link in the description and get yourself an upgrade today. Oh, and don't forget to tell them Tundra sent you. Anybody that uses an AK-74 style break on their 7.62 rifle is just confused about their identity. These are the same people that claim to be 33% Native American, yet they somehow get sunburnt from opening the fridge in the middle of the night. You only drink Molson and claim it's the finest American beer to exist, and you buy tuna fish just so you can use the water in the cans to boil your spaghetti.
That's rad.
You think innovation is good as long as it doesn't make any improvements that are desirable. And your car of choice? Well, it's a Datsun that's held together with floss and double bubble gum. You're totally fine working 60 hours a week and only getting paid for 32 of those hours, and are happy to help the company because it's going to pay off when you finally get that promotion to third shift supervisor and the 35-cent raise that comes with it.
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker.
When looking at apartments, you insist on popcorn ceilings and shag carpets. Let's face it, based on the type of decisions that you make in life, you're never actually gonna own a house anyways. You're so undesirable that when you subscribe to the OnlyFans of a random 5, she refunds your money right back to you and then blocks you. Moving on, we have the users of those stainless steel spiked brakes that are designed to also break windows. These people have never served or have even trained for that matter. They get all their ideas from scrolling through Facebook posts in cringy gun groups. They like to stand out from the crowd, but they have no idea how to do so without looking like the part we're describing, a completely useless tool. Hey bud, you do realize that the front of the gun is metal and can be used to break glass without those spikes, right? I mean, none of this is actually relevant since the only time you shoot this gun is from a rest at the only local FUD range that still allows you on the premise. Your sense of style resembles that of an Armenian that allegedly struck it big with Bitcoin. When talking with women, you come off about as smooth as a rusty saw blade. Nothing in your wardrobe matches, and you fart dollar store glitter. You're so off-putting that you got adopted as a baby and then were put up for readoption again a year later.
All right, I'm gonna go cry.
Now, if you use any type of linear compensator, then you are consistently worried about what others think about you. You say sorry to the people that tell you you say sorry way too much. All your best clothes come from the Salvation Army because you do enjoy them to have that authentic mothball smell. You drive a Prius so you can please the electrical and traditional drivers at the same time. Your favorite band is Winger, since you discovered them by accidentally watching Beavis and Butthead episodes against your parents' wishes. Your Russian heritage is the only reason you own something as loud as an AK. Your favorite TV show was Friends, and you've been devastated since it went off the air. I mean, I guess Seinfeld reruns will work in a pinch, but the overt sexual innuendos and eccentricity of Kramer is a little bit too much for you. Your mama's so fat that when she walks around, a pack of orcs follow her around chanting Grond. Hey, if you run a JMac muzzle brake on your AK, then you are most likely the most obnoxious person in your hometown. The cops are called on you for noise complaints every single weekend, and you wash your laundry with Axe body wash. When it comes to style, your hair changes based on what's the most popular trend on Instagram. You only date Wiccans in hopes that you can get them to put a curse on the AR shooters at the 3-gun matches that you attend. You have a sound system in your car that sounds like a chainsaw blade in an old Folgers can being shaken up by a paint shaker. I mean, if you haven't made somebody think that you've used a thermobaric bomb on your eardrums, well, then you aren't satisfied. You have never stopped wearing jorts, and you never will. When you fart, the CDC responds in hazmat suits, and your diet consists of Slim Jims dipped in Nutella because you believe that chaos is a vitamin. You still update your MySpace song every single week, and you spend more time talking about your AK than you do with your family. Your family, by the way, sees this actually as a win. Your dad was going to abandon you as a child, but he realized that his alcoholism would mess you up more than the abandonment issues, so he stuck around for the tax break, of course.
Touché, salesman.
All right, folks, if you run a Dead Air Wolverine, you are most likely a communist sympathizer without actually having any knowledge as to what that actually means. You praise the Spetsnaz as the premier special forces unit in the world, even though they get bodied in Ukraine every time they try to do anything. You spent almost as much time Googling barrel concentricity as you have on how to fix a stuck baffle. When your friends ask to shoot it, you always have to tell them you're on a waiting list for a new mount to come in that should fix the POI shift. In reality, there's no issue with the point of impact shift or the product itself. You just suck at shooting. You were able to afford the can because you used your kid's college fund. I mean, the world is gonna need more laborers and less enlightened people that might question authority anyways. When you finally got your can, you were highly disappointed that it wasn't Hollywood quiet because the 3 brain cells that haven't atrophied can't comprehend supersonic rounds, still breaking the sound barrier. You still wear shoes that have Velcro because learning how to tie your laces was some sort of witchcraft, and you'll have nothing of that. The only alcohol you've ever consumed was Russian vodka made in Latvia. Every day you wear a hat that says "Make the Soviet Union hungry again," and your mama's so stupid that when Gandalf saw her, even he felt he owed Peregrine Took an apology.
Fool of a took.
Now, for those that want a can for their AK but want something a little bit more modern, well, you probably run a Huxworks flow-through suppressor. You, my friend, are a man of modern technology and keep up with the latest trends. You've got hundreds of parts that sit in a drawer because they were the best parts last year and are no longer prominent in Instagram posts. You spend more money on storage units to house all those now defunct parts than you do on your own rent. You have spent your entire life trying to be ahead of the Joneses. Anytime somebody tells you about something they saw that's coming out, you proclaim you heard about it last year and can't be bothered with it as the next best thing is already set to come out this year. You think every part should be 3D printed, including the barrel, and know about this one obscure nerd in Pennsylvania that might have actually figured out how to do it. Anytime somebody tells you should just form one and build your own can, you spit back at them that that's something that the poors do, and you don't want the ATF to think of you like that. The only decorations you have in your house or on your car are thin blue line stickers, and can't wait for somebody to make a boot leather flavored ramen. Hey folks, if you got suppressor money, then you should think about putting it to an actual good use and supporting a GunTube legend. Mr. Paul Harrell is an icon of the 2A community and YouTube community, and recently he's announced that he's turning his channel over to his brother as he focuses on family and health. To help Paul, the GunTube community's come together to promote this shirt as a fundraiser for him and his wife. Let's just say it's a great way to thank Paul for his years of content as he continues to fight cancer. Make sure to get yourself a shirt. A link will also be down in the description below. Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. See you soon.